How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It is Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you're doing. I hope you're having a great morning whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this on the day it comes out, I hope you're doing something that brings you joy today. Hanging out with family or eating good food, opening presents, I don't know, whatever it is. But I'm going to do something that brings me joy and watch one of my favorite basketball players on the planet, Junie Mobley. We're going to do these Kashigi cut up live scouting. I have not seen these clips, so it would bring me a ton of joy if you liked, subscribed, commented, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Really helps the YouTube algorithm, and all the support this year has been so amazing. So let's watch Junie Mobley, who is like really Steph light in the most light way possible. But he is a very, very special off-ball shooter. Like, look at where he pulls this from immediately off the catch. And most shooters, right, you can get away with kind of some like lazy-ish screen nav because they're not going to pull from here. But Junie Mobley, by the way, I don't believe related to Isaiah or Evan Mobley. I think a lot of people have asked. People always ask me that when I talk about him. But Junie was an incredible shooter. Oh my God, what a pass! This is okay. Yeah, this is the special sauce. Like I'm so in on Junie. Oh my goodness, he improved a ton as a driver and as a playmaker. He has a lot of uphill battles to the league. He's like 6'1", not crazy explosive, but good job exploiting his hole. And look at that live dribble bullet. He kind of like goes up and looks like he's going to the rim, but just kind of bullets it to his man who catches it. Junie smartly reloads. You see like Steph, Jared McCain, all the great off-ball shooters do that. I really do think Mobley, despite his obvious size and athletic limitations, bring enough special sauce to the table that I really do believe in him as an NBA guy, as someone worth like a first round pick in this draft. You know, I don't know how high, and handle definitely is not perfect. He can be a little high and loose at times, but Junie is a shooter first and foremost. Like this is a beautiful off ball play, and this is the kind of like tricks of the trade. I think off ball movement is a legitimate skill that's hard to develop. Guys like McCain, Grady Dick are great examples of this innate feel of how to get themselves open, to create space, and look at this beautiful hard stab with the right foot, forcing his defender to commit downhill to a drive, which gives Junie a wide open mid-range jumper at the top of the key. Like you can see the shot making flair, you can see his feel for the game, and oh my goodness, another nasty step back. Even on these misses, you're seeing impressive stuff, which I think is something I think about when I'm evaluating shooting. Like even a shot like this that does not go in, I am impressed by the audacity, by the quick shot prep, by how close he gets, by the range, the shooting off the hop, even in a miss. Whereas like if he just shot a wide open catch and shoot on the line and made it, I probably wouldn't generally be as impressed. And another one of these off-screen plays. Oh my God, if he makes that shot, that's, yeah, I don't know. He is a truly bananas shooter. I think his first plays of the game, great steal against Texas. He came out, hit like a crazy deep movement three. Ohio State's been a little reluctant to give him the minutes he deserves, but I really do think Mobley is a high level, potentially first round pick, and great job getting downhill. As you can see, his game is mostly jumpers, which does worry me a little bit. Even for the jumper centric guys, it's important that they pressure the rim, but Mobley here, again, has enough burst to at least touch the paint, right? He's not generating a clean advantage, but good things happen when you can touch the paint. He obviously draws a foul right there. I think his free throw rate has been pretty decent so far this year. Don't quote me on that. I could also be totally lying and it could be terrible. But anyways, Mobley draws a foul there. Like this is a shot where even if it goes in, I'm not like so impressed, right? Just because it's wide open. But yeah, Mobley, I mean, you know, sometimes he won't make these shots, but just like go look up this guy's shooting numbers. They're absolutely insane and have been for a long time. And obviously you throw in the tape, you watch him shoot from 40 feet off movement, pulling off of the dribble. Let's see him facing pressure here. Okay. These are the players that are gonna make me put Junie in my lottery. No, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I will. Like, if he can beat a soft hedge, because they're going to have to do this. Look how far out they're pushing him, and this makes his life as a driver easier. Because look how much damn space there is in the paint because they're afraid of his shooting, and that lets him drive. Oh, beautiful scoop layup. Man, I told you I love Junie Mobley. I told you he's fun, and also, another fun guy. Shout out number 10 on Kentucky, Brandon Garrison. Really, I might have talked about him on this channel. I don't know. Crazy good mover, fluid, skilled, good touch. I think a big that's worth like a flyer at some point. Just a very talented player. Let's see how he does on Junie. does a great job. That's not a super great shot by Mobley overall, and I think you can see the limitations there for Mobley against athletic bigs. Like Garrison is an NBA caliber athlete, and there's a good job of Mobley getting down the hill, holding the handle against a pretty good dig, and finishing right there. So the off ball driving, the curl screens, all of that's going to be extremely there for Mobley as an off ball guy. But I do think he's going to have to handle some load on the ball. And let's watch some. This is, oh my God, Sean Stewart. But again, we see Mobley winning with burst. He's been creating advantages this whole game, getting down to the paint. Beautiful little, pretty open window, but laid down with his left hand. And Sean Stewart can get up. I liked him a little bit in high school, and he flashed some good stuff at Duke. So good to see him getting his chance. And pretty decent lob pass. Again, by the way, shout out Garrison here. Look at him tracking back and making this a tougher catch. Not the best pass ever, but want to again shout out my boy Brandon Garrison. He deserves so much more love. Mobley here working the pick and roll, gets downhill. Like this is the kind of I'm surprised he has not been doing this as much this season. At least this is easily the most impressive game I've seen him play to this point. Oh my God, gets downhill like with a screen, lays it down, perfect timing, and this man's able to cut and finish. But yeah, this is the stuff that paired with his shooting is going to make Mobley an NBA player, where it's just so hard for these small, short guards. But if they have the special traits, like you saw a guy like Devontae Graham stick around in the league despite never getting to the rim or doing anything but shoot. And I think Mobley is a lot more talented than Devontae Graham from like a shot making and an NBA translation perspective. A couple good possessions in this game, handling pressure and double teams. That's to me a really high level indicator of ball handling ability and just initiation ability, because that's something a lot of NBA handlers with is the blitz and pressure. Let's look at his defense, which is certainly a mixed bag. The physical limitations are going to be real, but does a great job getting over that screen, contests pretty well there. He's pretty agile and quick. Like he shares a lot of the strengths of small guards, right? He is pretty quick in short areas, but even though he can get his hips around and recover movement wise, like this is a really impressive hip open right there. The way that he can step so fluidly from this step right here, where that's one step, two step, three step, and he's all the way kind of opened up, but he just doesn't have the length or size to take advantage of his mobility and hip opening up right there. Gonna get totally stuck on this screen, which I'm not particularly surprised by. The strength, and is gonna get he gets beat there, but his teammates are able to help. So there's gonna be a lot of not so great defensive moments in this game, I would certainly imagine. But hey, we've already got a couple pretty decent ones. As Mobley has some traits. It's going to kind of get back cut right there. Great job locating. This is an excellent closeout, by the way. Kind of in a scramble situation. Really good job of Junie recognizing that Bruce Thornton's taking the first pass of the X out. X, of course, meaning Mobley's going to cross, make an X, and rotate to the second guy. Really good awareness right there. And I think the high feel that you see on the offensive end does translate to the defensive end in this case, where Mobley just seems like he knows how to position himself. And it really does hit me that like I love all Mobleys. Like I love Evan Mobley, I love Junie Mobley, I even love Isaiah Mobley, even for all of his faults that make him not really an NBA player. This Kentucky team has a bunch of interesting fringy guys. Like obviously Kobe Brea is a crazy shooter. Is that Colin Chandler? I think it's Colin Chandler. It's like a pretty intriguing ball handling freshman. Like I said, Garrison to me is probably their best prospect. Lamont Butler can play, Andrew Carr can play. Like it's a good squad, and Mark Pope is a great coach. But Junie Mobley here locking up Jackson Robinson, going to shoot over him. That's going to be a thing. But man, these like slower, less dynamic wings, the fact that Mobley can handle them, you can see that he is like pretty stocky, which like I said helps him be quick in short areas. Low center of gravity helps him bump in the post, even if he has the same problem that the vast majority of teenagers do when it comes to their strength limitations and inabilities, or just inability to separate themselves and create space that way. But that tends to improve as players get older. Not a great possession right there, just totally getting blown by in the point of attack. But at least that first half, I don't think was like a catastrophic defensive performance. He gets lost off ball there, but Mark Pope just runs beautiful stuff here. Like this is just excellent offensive design, and Mobley's going to get stuck navigating traffic and maybe honestly maybe that's not his fault. Actually, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say he's honestly probably right to stay out, and 21 should be dipping back. But by the way, shout out again my guy Brandon Garrison for making the pass to the cutter. This is a oh my god, Jackson Robinson smoked that layup. I didn't even realize. But let's get back to the Junie Mobley stuff. Here is going to close out. Pretty solid. Stays in front. That's good defense. Excellent point of attack defense. And I think they called that off of Kentucky. Yeah, just great job sliding. You can see the low center of gravity really helping him there be balanced and be in control and stop him. So like he certainly has some defensive moments. Very critically, he tries. Like that's such a it matters, especially for smaller guards. We see the difference from the ones who are just like constantly hunted on and off the ball versus the ones who can actually try a little bit. And even though they're always going to be exploited in some ways, they can add value by getting steals with their quick hands and being well positioned and just reading the game and processing quickly and being a pest on the ball with their quickness and their low center of gravity. I think Mobley certainly has shown the ability to do that. I certainly have questions about his defense translating to the NBA level, but I have a lot of questions with Mobley, and he's going to get blown by there, but the game's over and it doesn't really matter. I think when you have a guy, obviously a freshman, young player, dominating in a certain skill, certain trait, the way he is with Mobley shooting, and I think I'll bucket that with his off-ball movement as like his off-ball moving feel plus the shooting. And like we saw in this game, man, I mean, if he can pass and drive like he did in this game, I could hear him being a lottery guy based on just this performance alone. Like I said, only one game, and in some of the other games, he's definitely had more of a struggle getting downhill. But Kentucky's a really good team, and I don't know, very, very impressive performance to me from Mr. John Mobley Jr., aka Junie. Let me know what you think of this. If you didn't know about Junie, let me know what you think now. One of my favorite basketball players, and regardless of what you think of him as a prospect, I hope this was fun. I had a lot of fun making this, but anyways, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, I love you all.